Kanye West has always been known for his high-profile relationships, which have often been the subject of media attention. His romantic relationships, from his marriage to Kim Kardashian to girlfriends like Amber Rose and Julia Fox, have been widely covered in the press. But before those women was his lesser-known fiancée named Alexis Phifer, and this is often remembered as one of his most serious and significant ones before his later high-profile relationships. In this video, we're diving into Alexis Phifer's fascinating life as a fashion designer and the role she played in Kanye's life during his early rise to fame. From their beginnings as a young couple to their engagement and eventual split, this is a glimpse into Alexis's relationship with Kanye West. But before we get into the video, I want to say thank you to today's sponsor, Aura. I'm sure I'm not the only person that deals with spam calls and text messages from time to time. I know I'm not the only person who have found their phone number, address, and other sensitive information on one of those random directory websites. I'm also sure you've all heard about all of these data breaches recently, including this story.
We learned about one of the biggest data breaches in history.
Hackers stole every person's social security number.
Billions of social security numbers were made public.
You may want to protect yourself anyway.
Nearly 3 billion records were stolen from National Public Data, which offers personal information to employers, private investigators, staffing agencies, and others doing background checks. These stolen records can include anything from a person's date of birth, full name, address, social security number, phone numbers, and alternative names. Last summer, I found my information on quite a few of these websites, and it took me a few days to get my information removed. And to my surprise, when I checked back like a few months later, my information was right back on the websites. But now, I feel so much more at ease after discovering Aura. They alert me if someone is trying to access my bank account or use my credit card. And they also alert me whenever they find my phone number, email, social security number, and any other sensitive information on the dark web. Aura also offers so much more than digital security services. They have credit monitoring, password management, antivirus software, and a VPN, and you know we love those on this channel. They also have an AI feature that filters incoming spam calls and text messages. So if you want to protect yourself and your sensitive personal information, go to aura.com/blackfemininity or simply click the link in the description box to start your free trial for 2 weeks and see how you like it. Thanks again to Aura for sponsoring today's video. Now, let's get into the story. Alexis Phifer was born on October 1st, 1976 in LA, where she was also raised. As a child, she loved her father's fashion sense and says he was her first muse. She was also exposed to fashion very early on by her grandmother, who would take her along to shop at high-end department stores and attend fashion shows where they would go backstage to meet the designers. Years later in high school, she made her own prom dress. Those experiences sparked her interest in the field, so after high school, Alexis studied fashion design at FIDM in downtown Los Angeles and was inspired by a designer friend to start her own clothing line. Sometime in the 90s, she started dating St. Louis Rams linebacker Roman Phifer. The pair got married, she took on his last name, and they share one son together. But by the time the 2000s came around, things had soured in their marriage, and they got a divorce in 2001. A year later, Alexis crossed paths with Kanye West in 2002. Alexis was wearing mid-60s, Kanye recalls. I had on this throwback jersey, and the first thing I said to her, because I could tell she was stylish, was, "I don't normally dress like this." Kanye had already made a name for himself in music as a record producer, having created beats for hip-hop heavy hitters like Jay-Z, Beanie Sigel, Scarface, and Ludacris. And now he was ready to step into his own artistry. When the couple met, Kanye was working on his prolific debut album, College Dropout, and he credits her as his first stylist who helped him with his personal style. Alexis helped Kanye draft up sketches of what would later be known as the iconic Dropout bear mascot. On the 20th anniversary, she shared the sketches with the story behind it, saying, "One evening in 2004, Kanye was putting together all the creative ideas for his College Dropout album. He had this idea of making the bear his mascot for the project. With Ralph Lauren being a huge inspiration for him as a creative, he fashioned his mascot bear similar to the Ralph Lauren bear. With the record label asking him for the ideas he had in mind, Kanye started to sketch out his vision that evening at my house. First, he started with the head, then the body, then the belt. After he was done and pleased with what he had, he faxed the sketches the next day to the record label. After faxing his final idea, he was about to throw the sketches away. That's when I asked if I could keep the artwork instead. In the 5 sketches, you see the development of the ideas of the beer, which eventually landed on the cover of the College Dropout album, which is a hip-hop classic. It was the beginning of what would mark one of the most influential rappers' life and legacy.
Couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis, yeah.
But right as Kanye was exploding on the scene, it was reported that the couple briefly split in 2004 when he allegedly hooked up with Brooke Crittenden, a production assistant at MTV that he met at a concert that year, according to US Magazine. Kanye and Brooke dated for about 2 years and were seen together on multiple occasions, attending high-profile events, including the 2006 Grammy Awards. But the couple split, and he was back on with Alexis a few months later in 2006. Alexis and Kanye made many public appearances together, including red carpet events. Alexis was often seen accompanying Kanye to various fashion events, and the couple was photographed frequently. So now their relationship was publicly known. Alexis was also photographed with Kim Kardashian on various occasions, and people always find this hilarious if you know how the story goes. Kanye was ready to commit this time, so in August 2006, he reportedly proposed over a lobster and pasta dinner during a vacation on the island of Capri off the coast of Italy. Their engagement was the hottest celebrity trending story, and Harper's Bazaar even interviewed the couple at their Hollywood Hills home in 2007. Kanye was on the verge of releasing his graduation album, while Alexis was gearing up to debut her Gita fashion line at New York Fashion Week in September that year. In the interview, the couple talked about their wedding plans, and the bride-to-be revealed to the magazine that the dress was either going to be designed by Belgian designer Olivier Theskens or Valentino.
And it's right across from the Ivy, Paparazzi Haven. Is that gonna make you want to come here more or less?
It'll be fine for me, not for him.
Nah, they gonna take pictures of you too. They know who you are.
When Gita debuted at New York Fashion Week a month later, both Kanye and his mother Donda were there to support Alexis.
So we just finished the Gita show. I love the clothes, but I'm here with Miss West, and I want to get your reaction to her clothing line. What do you think of Alexis' clothing?
I love the clothes too. She's just outstanding. I thought every single piece was superb.
Nothing that came off the runway that was, I don't know about that. I really like this clothing. I think everything is pretty much wearable.
Yeah, every single thing. I've never been to a fashion show where I liked every piece. No, let me correct myself. I loved every piece.
She also designed a line of dresses in collaboration with famed photographer Mark Seliger. She first launched Gita back in 2005, and the brand was sold at high-end retailers like Intermix, Henry Bendel, and Saks. During an interview with Fox 5 News, she said Kanye is a big influence in her creations and vice versa, also adding that they feed ideas off each other. Donda sadly passed away that November after complications from plastic surgery procedures. Alexis was there to support Kanye, but their relationship started declining from this point on as Kanye grieved. But he vowed to marry Alexis to honor his late mother's wishes, telling GQ magazine, "I'm just gonna go and get married. I'm not gonna make a big deal out of it. I wouldn't get married to prove anything to anyone. It's for me, for stability in my life. And I'm so happy that I found someone that I really love, that challenges me, that keeps my life interesting, that's just as crazy as I am." In early 2008, the couple attended the Grammy Awards together and was spotted in France attending different shows during Paris Fashion Week, where Kanye broke down during a concert after dedicating his song Hey Mama to Donda. But in April, Alexis was spotted not wearing her engagement ring on the red carpet of Evenings in Vogue, where her clothing line was featured, and the last time the couple was photographed together was on March 2nd at the Grand Life NYC opening. A few days later, reports started hitting the news sites that the couple had really split. A source revealed that the couple had been spending less and less time together as Kanye embarked on his Glow in the Dark tour, saying, "They'd been having problems. Kanye is really focused on his show. He's putting everything into the show right now. Alexis is a nice girl, but Kanye has been going through a rough time. They hit a rough patch, and for now they've split. I haven't seen Alexis around at all the last few times I've seen him recently." She broke her silence in a statement to People magazine, saying, "It's always sad when things like this end, and we remain friends. I wish him the best in his future and all of his endeavors. He's one of the most talented people I've ever met." But there were unconfirmed reports that Kanye was unfaithful the entire time. Just a year prior, while Kanye was still in a relationship with Alexis, Amel Baraba of the British pop group Sugar Babes claimed that Kanye had desperately been trying to get with her. According to The Mirror, the two met at the Brit Awards in early 2006 and he attempted to give her his phone number, which she refused. And since then, he wouldn't stop pursuing her. Then a few days later at the NME Awards, Kanye tried to get hands-on with her when the Sugar Babes presented him with an award, saying that he thought she was the prize.
Thank you very much for this award right here.
He tried again that November at the MTV Euro Awards, and when this was once again turned down, he had his assistant call Amel to tell her off. She said in an interview, "I couldn't believe it when I got a call from Kanye's assistant. She said she was calling on behalf of Kanye, who said he was furious because I had offended him by not dating him. I told her that Kanye knew I had a boyfriend, but she wasn't having any of it. She said he was not used to being treated like that, and I should be more considerate next time I see him. I spoke to him after he said I was beautiful. I'm flattered, but there's no way I'd do anything." But these reports of him being unfaithful didn't stop fans from harassing Alexis, claiming that she's the one who abandoned him and cheated during the toughest time of his life. Kanye released his album 808s and Heartbreak later that year that was influenced by the two devastating personal losses. The album's themes of heartbreak, loneliness, and emotional pain were linked to their separation, further adding to the public scrutiny and negative media attention aimed at Alexis. The former couple went their separate ways and moved on with their lives. Kanye immediately jumped into a relationship with model Amber Rose that year, and it lasted until mid-2010, and that fueled yet another post-breakup album. But the fallout between Amber and Kanye unfolded in the public, with a lot of mudslinging on both sides. She even brought Alexis's name up in an interview, claiming that she didn't gain any fame from the relationship.
You know, Kanye had other girlfriends before me. No one gave them the attention that I got because of me.
Yeah.
It's me, you know? And shout out to Alexis. I saw her the other day. Like,
You guys talked?
yeah. Alexis, I mean, we didn't fully talk, but she's cool people. She's good people, and I think that we have a lot in common.
Of course.
Yeah.
When I was out with Kanye, I became famous. He was with a girl for 6 years that he was gonna marry. What's her name again?
Alexis responded to the comment in a 2011 interview with Vibe magazine, saying, "I believe that you get what you want out of a situation, and Kanye will tell you that I didn't want the attention. It's weird. I'll get on the red carpet and over-criticize myself. I don't want that attention. She wanted that, and that's what she got out of it. But if I want to go right now and be in a sexy bathing suit, I'm sure I generate some type of interest. It's just the decisions you make that put you where you are. She is where she's at because that's where she wants to be, and I'm where I'm at because that's where I want to be also." I was kind of like, girl, please. I just laughed that off, brushed that one right off my shoulders. She doesn't really know what she's saying, so I can't even be mad at her. She doesn't even know the half. In the interview, she went on to say she enjoys her privacy and having a normal life again. She said, "I think after experiencing being with somebody that is a celebrity, it's really nice to have your anonymity. I'm a mom, so I would much rather be able to be out with my son and have nobody recognize me. I really think that's a cool thing as opposed to doing red carpets or something like that. But if it's really pertaining to my line, because that's what I'm trying to sell, I'm not really trying to sell myself." She also admitted in the interview that after her breakup with Kanye, sales for Gita declined and the stock market also crashed, so she had to pause operations. She said, "It is my passion and it is my love, and I did find that it really is important as a designer to at least show that you're willing to do the work. So I would post different seasons on my website just to have that to show, yes, I'm still here and you can order from me. I left my showroom and I was making dresses out of silk. People really didn't want to buy a $400, $500 dress that wasn't necessarily designer, like a Cavalli or something like that. So I took time to reassess what I wanted to do, and I started making pieces out of a rayon blend and things you can wear every day, like tank tops, t-shirts. It's a full-on line now. It's not just a dress line. Now it's a little more for everybody, and it's basically a relaunch of the line. It's gonna be sold at Kitson starting at the end of June for fall, and it'll be in other stores, but Kitson is the first. Alexis finished the interview expressing her desire to have more children and become a successful businesswoman.
I'm Alexis Phifer, and this is how I made it. I style freelance, and I also work with a company called the Vanity Group. I realized I could branch out further as a stylist when I felt comfortable in the sense that I knew how to do it, and I started reaching out to people I know who could help me. And I've been very fortunate enough, where they felt confident in me. And, I just hope to, grow as a designer and a stylist. And I would love to be a fashion editor of a magazine one day.
But this would be one of her last known interviews, and she has largely stayed out of the public eye since the breakup. It also seems like Geeta was never able to resume operations, although she said she was relaunching the label. But Alexis continued her journey in fashion. In 2018, she started an online fashion boutique named A-Threads that's manufactured in LA. A-Threads is a contemporary clothing brand focused on stylish, affordable, and versatile pieces that reflects her own sense of style. Alexis still continues to keep a relatively low profile and has remained private about her and Kanye's relationship, so there isn't a lot of recent public information about her life now. But she still pops out from time to time.
Fist from the streets, who I have a pleasure speaking with.
Alexis Phifer.
Alexis, you look amazing. Can you explain the look?
You can go to my website at a-threads.com.
Yes, thank you so much for your time.
At this point, after all these years, I don't even think it matters why their relationship ended, but I do want to see all the pics she took on her digital camera. Alexis and Kanye's relationship was private and less media driven, but I think she played a major role in his life and career. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, like this video, and subscribe to BFTV for more content.